Hello everybody, welcome back to some Xenonauts 2. I know it's been a little while since the last video. I have been tied up a little bit with playing Menace. I'm really enjoying Menace, which is why I've been playing it a lot. I only feature games on the channel that I'm actually enjoying playing. I don't get like sponsored or anything, so if you see me playing something, it's because I'm having a lot of fun with it. But I am also having a lot of fun with Xenonauts 2, and I didn't want to leave it any longer without there being another episode, so I'm recording this tonight to make sure that it gets out. Now, obviously, last time, things didn't go great for us. We lost a few people on that terror mission, and that is really bad. We have hired 3 new soldiers. So Private Zinc 1701, Cliff 7864, and AB Remy are joining the team. So we have 3 new rookies. I've been thinking about it a lot over the last couple of days, and I've been looking at the comments, and I agree with what a lot of people are saying. I don't think it's possible to skip lasers like I was planning to. So I am going to spend the money on 2 laser shotguns. I'm also going to get a precision laser. If you have a look at the stats on these, the armor damage and penetration is just so much better than the accelerated versions, especially the armor destruction, that it's just not worth not having them. Now, I obviously need this Warden armor, but I am going to move the laser shotguns and the laser precision laser up to the top of the list. We are probably going to need some more laser rifles down the way, but I'm very aware that we're taking a lot of time to get all of this stuff built. I'm going to move the symbiote corpus analysis to the bottom of the list. I think because of the current situation, I'm tempted to drop the laser cannon upgrade, but we have already paid for it. I want the sentry guns as well. One thing I'm thinking about is getting our hands on a laser lance, which will cost 300,000, but I can't because I need to build the Dragonfly, which is going to use up all of our Elenium and all of our alloys. So I can't build the laser lance, which is something I think I'm going to need. I've got a horrible feeling that we're about to hit a situation where our aircraft aren't going to be able to keep up. In terms of the base, we're 2 days away from being able to lay down our dropship, 5 days from more storeroom space, 7 days from more workshops, and 5 days from our anti-air defenses coming in. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to re-equip one of my planes to have 2 sidewinders, and the other one will have 1 torpedo. I'm worried that we're going to start dealing with enemy fighters soon, and I think having more sidewinders is better for them, whereas we can dogfight. I might actually be able to... I can't put any armor on him, okay. I might be able to dogfight bigger craft, but we need the missiles, I think. The other thing I need to be aware of is that panic is starting to rise in North America, Latin America, and Asia. I'm currently sitting on 103 operations points, and I think it's a little bit higher in Asia. Asia's at 57, North America is at 63, so it's actually higher in North America. So I'm probably going to try and take out probably this security supporter, if I can hit them right now. So I'm going to hit the security supporter, that will drop the panic that's rising in America, and then I'll try and pick them up for the global reduction. So I'm going to eliminate that infiltrator. And I think that's everything I can do right now. Let's get the timer ticking. We basically need to get a lot of stuff built. We're 19 days out from our next funding report. So we have a few research things we need to complete before then. There's one of our Warden armors. I am going to speed time up a little bit more. Okay, that's our 3 new soldiers arrived at Pupper Base. And the hangar has now been built, which means I can go to engineering, aircraft, and I can start building the Dragonfly dropship. Now, I am going to put that just after the Warden armor. I want this last Warden armor to be built, then I want the dropship, which is going to take 9 days, then we'll get the laser weapons built. I feel like we should be okay without these for the next 10 days, because we're not going to be dealing with another terror mission in those 10 days, which is where we would need those better weapons. We obviously now cannot afford the laser lance. We just don't have any resources for it at all. Let's keep going with the timer. Okay. Tissue regeneration just popped. This is a very big research. Given the alarming frequency with which our soldiers seem to require medical attention, I have long believed studying alien tissue regeneration techniques would be a worthwhile endeavor. Analysis suggests that the extraterrestrials expedite the healing process via microscopic biomachines called nanites. These aid the repair of damaged tissue by constructing a protein scaffold that mimics the structure of surrounding tissue, which new cells can then colonize rather than forming scar tissue. Thankfully, these alien nanites are species agnostic and appear to work equally well on human physiology. Despite their innovative design, I see no barriers to mass producing them using the technology that we already possess. This unlocks several potential improvements for our existing medical equipment. The first is an upgrade to our existing infantry, so we get an advanced medkit. We get the Automed Dispenser, which is a module that can be carried in a tactical vest and will automatically heal someone if they get hurt. Also automatically stops bleeding. It's very, very good. And then there's also the ability to upgrade the medical center. These are all great upgrades and also very expensive. So as I just said, we can build the advanced medkit, the Automed, and the surgical. Of all of these, the one I want to get my hands on first is the Automed, but we need more Elenium and more alloys. This is a huge upgrade, but we can't get there yet. In terms of research, we have 18 days until we tick over. We have 2 plots that both take 9 days. The timing here is really awkward for Cleaner Device and Alien Origins. I'm going to get Cleaner Device done. Studying the device recovered from the Cleaner headquarters may explain the disaster that befell XDEF, and perhaps it will avoid the same fate. And we'll see how much time is left when it completes. And we might be able to sneak Alien Origins in. If not, we can maybe do the Scion observation and maybe Alien explosives, because we may need better missiles. Warden Armor's done, so we're now working on the Dragonfly. Daedra's back in action as well. That's the storeroom done in Pupper Base. And that's the missile battery. So we're now moderately protected against an alien attack. We're also almost back up to 100 operations points. That's the workshop done at Pupper Base. How much is this going to cost me? I just want to check. This one here is 150. This one here is 105. I might grab this guy next for the global reduction in panic. Basically want to try and grab all the security supporters I can to just keep bringing the panic down. However, one thing we can do, we don't have a lot of money right now, but because we've got 2 workshops, we now have a much bigger engineering capacity. So I'm going to start hiring engineers where I can to increase the production of our equipment. I can only hire 1 at the moment. They do cost a little bit. They're 50,000 each, but that's at least 1 more gentleman on his way to help build stuff for us, which is something. Right, the aliens have been very quiet. I'm a little bit concerned that we haven't seen any activity on the world map at all. I want to make sure the next day to grab this. Let's speed up time a little bit. Okay, that's the engineers arrived at Pupper Base. I'm going to grab actually this guy here is the cheap one, the one in Europe. So I'm going to grab this guy here. So that will help bringing down global panic and reduce panic in Europe, though Europe's very well thing. Okay, we have a medium UFO coming in over sort of Turkey. Yeah, it's sort of heading southwards, kind of on a direct line to us. I am going to launch our interceptors. Actually, I think it's heading away. So we'll get Ra and Horus up in the air. Yeah, it is heading away from us. They're going to chase it down. One thing I really like, by the way, is if we check here, we can actually see the Dragonfly under construction. Once the Dragonfly is constructed, I'm probably going to decommission the Halal Snack Pack. I would like to keep it because I could use it in another base, but I also think we need to get a 3rd aircraft built sooner rather than later. We're getting into that part of the campaign. This guy's going to overtake us. Oh, he's turning. Okay, we're going to have to RTB. I can't have my planes just flying around randomly. He should come back into our coverage at some point. They've been refueled. I'm going to speed time up. Quantum Gateway. Okay. The recovered Cleaner Device was a culmination of a decades-long project to establish communication with our alien foes. While its sinister nature may not be immediately apparent, it brought doom upon XDEF and perhaps our entire species. This was a foolhardy endeavor from the outset. The existential risk of attempting contact with advanced civilizations should be obvious. Nonetheless, XDEF constructed a crude replica of the damaged quantum communicator from the wrecked UFO and began to transmit a greeting into the void. If you remember, there was the UFO that crashed in the Arctic that was the reason that XDEF were founded. Within weeks, a reply was received, a looping stream of raw data so massive that it took weeks to download. When finally decoded, the signal was found to contain a library of mathematical formula and detailed 3-dimensional schematics for a gateway device capable of exchanging prodigious quantities of information. It's the plot to Contact. These mathematical formula advanced human understanding of quantum mechanics and elementary physics by at least 50 years. Hoping to establish further contact with the aliens, XDEF began the vast job of constructing the gateway almost immediately. Catastrophe might have been avoided had XDEF employed less mediocre scientists, i.e., if they'd employed me, the guy Speltar. Several were alert enough to notice, less mediocre. Several were alert enough to notice that the gateway was capable of transporting physical matter, but any security concerns faded once calculations confirmed it would be impossible to transfer more than a few grams. Alas, the deliberate errors in the alien formula lay undiscovered until it was too late. Unaware several key constants have been understated by a factor of almost 1 million, XDEF unwittingly spent years building a device capable of translocating an alien assault force into the middle of their own headquarters. Sadly, the rest is history. Thankfully, we may find our own use for the captured quantum gateway. In practical terms, it is effectively an enormous alien hyperdrive, a rather valuable device that would otherwise be impossible for us to build within the expected timescale of the war. Okay, no new engineering or projects complete. We've got 9 days until the funding report. And to unlock Alien Origins is going to take 9 days and 23 hours. We're at 6 a.m. right now. I would need to be at before 3 a.m. for Alien Origins to complete in time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to research Alanium explosives, which will get us new air-to-air missiles and hopefully new grenades. And we'll just have to do the Alien Origins for the next month. All right, let's keep time ticking forward. Again, it's been very quiet so far this month. It's like the calm before the storm, really. Okay, that UFO is back. I am going to launch interceptors. Let's see if we can get to it this time. We maybe need... This is maybe another reason why we need to upgrade our interceptors. These guys are just too slow. They are on an intercept, but we're going to lose track of it. Yeah, damn it, RTB. We keep losing track of this UFO. This is why we need more radar bases, so we can actually track these UFOs outside our area. Okay, it's flying around the UK. Now we have 2 very small UFOs. There's a good chance we may be dealing with some fighters here. Fighters are very scary. They're coming for the base by the looks of it as well. So we've got Squadron 1 on the way in. Do you see how they turned there? Okay, we've got a defender and a fighter. This could be very tough. These are both designed really to mess with us. I haven't actually fought fighters. I just know about fighters. So this could be very, very difficult. Let's see how we go. Right, fighter and defender. From what I am aware, the fighter can fire missiles and it can dodge missiles like we can roll. The defender, I think, is very, very slow but has a very, very powerful gun. And I think it might be able to intercept missiles as well. I think the greater threat here is the fighter. I want both of my guys to engage it. The problem we've got is the range on the defender here. We do outrange with missiles. So I think what I want to do is just basically come at it and stagger my missile shots. So we're going to start by launching one Sidewinder, and then we're going to just stagger missiles so that if it does dodge, one of them will hit. That's the plan. Okay, so that's fired. I'm going to cancel this for a second. Then we're going to launch another Sidewinder. Okay, there's a missile incoming on Ra as well. I'm going to hold for a second, and then we're going to dodge. Okay, that dodge. Horus needs to dodge as well. And we're going to reactivate the Sidewinder here and reactivate the Sidewinder here. Okay, what do I need to do? Ra needs to roll. Horus needs to roll. Okay, we've taken out the fighter. That's excellent. Dodging those attacks. Now we should take this guy out. I need to just be very careful we don't take any forward fire here. Oh. Okay, that was intense, but we pulled that off. So took no damage at all, took down a fighter and a defender. Now they leave behind fighter wreckage, which means we don't get a mission, but we will get some Alanium and stuff from the wreck site. So we took them out. That was good. Now we have a medium UFO. If I just check on my interceptors, at the moment they have missiles, they've been reloaded, and they have fuel. Okay, we can dispatch them. I will send them after UFO 30 again. Maybe this time we'll actually catch it. 100%, yeah, just checking they've got everything. They are fully loaded and fully fueled. I guess they didn't have to fly very far to get to that fighter wreckage. We are going to get the intercept this time. We're now fighting a destroyer. Okay, we fought a few of these. We should be more than good enough to take this out. Oh wait, no, this is this one I think it is. Yeah, this is a... Have we fought destroyers before? I can't honestly remember. Anyway, when coming from both sides, we're just going to fire everything we've got. We should be able to take it out pretty quickly. We can really bully these things. Okay, we're going to get Ra to come this way. And I'm going to activate Ra's Afterburner. And just come in on it here. And turn off the Afterburner so he turns it sharp. We're going to activate Horus's Afterburner. So we're both coming in on the dead spot. Perfect. As soon as Horus... Oh, excellent. Easy shoot down. Okay, that was another interception. Now, we have a crashed destroyer. And I could go and deal with it, but it cost me 100 operation points, which I don't have. So I will collect the bounty for that. And what we're going to do is we're going to spend that bounty on more engineers. Which gets me 2 more engineers, which is a lot. Okay, how are we doing on constructing the Dragonfly? Dragonfly is 2 hours away. Okay, Dragonfly is done. We're now working on laser shotguns. Now, I do have a name for the Dragonfly. This is it here. A lot of names came in on the suggestions, which I really enjoyed. And almost all of them were food related. So this is the chip and fish. Chips and fish, rather than fish and chips. So chips and fish is going to be our deployment. I just rolled a dice of all the names that came through. And chips and fish was the one that won. So we've evolved from the halal snack pack to the chips and fish, which now has a lot more room on it, which I'm really happy with. All right, where are the actual alien activity? What is going on? We have dropped, okay, there's another alien UFO. There's another UFO happening in Latin America. We got 16 alien hours and 4 Ladium from that, and we can now study the Defender. The Defender is a small alien craft roughly 18 meters in length, most commonly encountered protecting larger alien vessels from human interceptors. Analysis suggests most of the Defender's underlying design architecture is shared with a similarly sized fighter, including an identical reactor, control system, and primary drive array. However, 2 major adaptations lead to have rather different combat abilities. The first of these is the more robust hull, which is reinforced. The second is a sizable frontal plasma lance that has sufficient range and accuracy to act as a medium-range missile shield. Naturally, there are limitations, the largest being the substantial recharge time of the lance. Our pilots could overcome the shield by attacking from the rear. Nonetheless, we must acknowledge the threat posed by the Defender. So we've got the Defender, and then we've also got the Fighter. The Fighter, as we saw, has the plasma missiles, which are really scary. We didn't get hit by any of them, but they do 20 to 30 damage and destroy 5 to 10 armor. The blaster this thing has as well does 3 to 6 damage. It's pretty nasty. In groups, these are terrifying. I really want another fighter before I have to fight more than one fighter at once. Okay, our 2 new engineers have arrived, so that's going to speed up more construction. Laser shotgun produced. And we have another UFO, a small, coming in along there, so we're going to launch for that. Lots of alien activity, but no missions happening at the moment. I'm going to speed time up slightly. What have we got? This is an observer. We haven't seen an observer before. We're going to tail it until it's over land, which could take a while. We're just going to escort it to Africa. And now we're going to engage it. This, as I said, is an observer, and from what I understand about observers is they're very, very fast. They will try and run away from you, and they're very good at dodging missiles. So I actually kind of want to come at it from the front to force it to turn away from me, and I want to come at it from behind so it's kind of forced to fly in one direction. I also don't want to launch missiles at it until I'm close enough that we don't have to worry about them missing. We're going to have to micromanage quite a lot here. So I'm going to play this at half speed. So it's going to start out by launching a missile at Ra, and it's going to fire its plasma blast at Horus. So we're going to dodge with Horus, and then we need to... Oh wow, that's a really fast fire rate. We're not going to be able to dodge that second attack. We're going to have to tank that hit. It's not doing too much damage though. Okay, we're going to have to activate this. Oh, and then I want to activate the Sidewinders. I'm going to need to dodge with Ra. Okay, he's just dodged out of the way of the first Sidewinder. We got hit by the torpedo, and we're turning into it really nicely. I'm going to turn on the Sidewinders here. Horus is in a great position right now. I need to roll Horus, though. Unfortunately, the way it's turning, Ra isn't going to get into range to hit it. And it's actually overtaking Horus. So we're going to run out of... Okay, we shut it down. We took a little bit of damage. That's actually fine. We've got to shoot down on the Observer. A little bit messy, but they're faster than our Interceptors. So the game is really telling us you need to get the new Interceptors up and running ASAP. Now, this is our first crashed Observer, which means we get to launch a combat team without spending any ops points, which is exactly what we're about to do. I'm going to put that team together. It's obviously going to be a 10-man team because we have the chips and fish, and I will see you when I've got that team put together. Give me a couple of minutes just to throw that into the Osprey. What's it called? The Dragonfly. So here's the team for the mission. I've got Juju Jaro and one of our new privates, AB Remy, coming in as our shields. Again, I know I've got the shotguns, and a lot of people call me out for taking the shotguns and never use them. I just like to have them with me in case the shield gets destroyed and the soldier has nothing to do. I've got Kelbonics and Crash Test coming along for assaults in this mission. Kelbonics is using one of our new laser shotguns. The other one hasn't been built yet. They're also taking our medkits for this mission because we've got some riflemen who can't carry them. I've got 2 riflemen coming along as newbies, both with reasonable accuracy, not great, but they're bringing along just laser rifles. I'm trying to get them some experience. Then we've got Cam coming along as a daddy rifleman, and I've got Chris Big Daddy, Daedra, and Fat Newbie as support. So I've got Chris Big Daddy as a grenadier, I've got Daedra as a laser machine gunner, and I've got Fat Newbie as a sniper. The biggest issue is that I forgot to factor in that we have more seats in Chips and Fish than we did in Halal Snack Pack, which means that I'm actually short more armor than I thought. I need 1 armor to replace where our Mars would be, and then 2 more armors for the extra 2 seats. So these 3 are having to come with tactical armor, which means I have to make sure they don't get shot at. So I have to babysit them very, very carefully. But this is the team. I'm not expecting this observer mission to be too difficult, especially considering the last mission we did. One thing I haven't done yet is I need to lay out the team in the dropship. So I want both my shields on one side. I'm going to put... How do I want to do this? I want a rifleman at each side door. Where's my other rifleman? There's my other rifleman there. That's Cam. I want Cam in the middle. That's fine. We want to put my assaults. My assaults go behind the shields. I would normally put my machine gunner here, but I'm worried about the lack of armor. I think that's going to be okay. We'll put the grenadier behind the rifleman and the sniper at the back. And you need to face out of the window. It's a little bit cramped. I would like the sniper a little bit closer to the front, but these 3 are the 3 most vulnerable. I kind of actually want to put a rifleman here, I think. Have some armor at the front, and then we'll have the rest of them protected in the back. I think I'll put the sniper here, though. They're the most likely to have something to do. I doubt the grenadier maybe more, so I doubt the heavy machine gun's going to have anything to do when we land. All right, that's the team ready to go. Let's launch for the crash site. We're launching chips and fish. Let's go. Everybody's on board. We're good to go. Launch the dropship, and we'll head off to the mission site. We've had some great dogfights so far tonight. Let's see if we can get a great mission to finish the video off. I will see you on the battlefield. We've seen this briefing several times. We just need to kill the aliens and not lose anybody. Okay, I was expecting this to be at a port, but we seem to have spawned in the desert. And it looks like I accidentally set this to be a night mission, which I didn't mean to do. And we can see an Andron, a Wraith, and another Andron. Okay. The edge of the map is there and quite far over here. So we're in the back right corner, sort of. If we can make sure that this area here is clear of aliens, we can use the walls of the dropship for reasonable cover. Let me just, before I do anything, drop our shotguns. Remember, the shotguns are only here so that if I lose the shields, these soldiers can retreat and have a weapon, rather than just running around the battlefield with pistols or recovered AKs. All right, so we've got a Wraith behind a car, we've got an Andron in the open, we've got an Andron in the open. We'll get reaction fired by all 3 of them, I think, if we step out of the Sky Ranger. And if we get hit by plasma, you can basically just write somebody off as dead. I would like to kill this one if I can, but we obviously have to be aware of the fact that I can't smoke it or flashbang it. Shin can shoot at it. If Shin shoots at it, it will reaction fire him. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and trigger a reaction shot from this with Juju Jaro, who has the shield, by stepping him out of the Sky Ranger and then moving him to this wall. Okay, no reaction fire on him. I'm going to crouch him. I'm going to take a shot at the Andron to trigger a reaction shot from it. Okay, we got reaction fired by the Wraith, but not the Andron. I've got another shot. He still has a shield. Okay, we have Operation Lose the Fence has been successful. We've lost 58 health on the assault shield, but everybody here has reacted, which means I can now continue with my turn. I'm going to just turn him this way so his shield is facing all 3 of these enemies. I'm now going to attack with Shin, who has a laser rifle. He's got a 54% chance to hit, which is honestly very low. I could bring him forward to the fence, which would bring this up to a 97. I'm probably going to do that. We just have to watch out for return fire from these guys next turn. So let's run Shin out. I'm going to crouch him. I'm going to take the 100% chance to hit with the laser. I have a secondary shot, which I'll take, which is the snapshot. Okay, that's 2 hits with the laser. His armor should be quite badly damaged at this point. Before I do anything else, I do want to check this area. I'm just really worried about something being behind here. We've got Cam available. So Cam could... If I put Cam here, I have 100% chance to hit. If I put Cam here, that's cover from these guys with the shield, and I still have 100% chance to hit, and we're clear of the Sky Ranger. Okay, I'm going to crouch Cram behind the shield. We're going to try and smoke these guys if I don't have anything else better to do with them, but I do have a sniper. If I move you here, I have an 80% chance to hit that Wraith. Okay, that's a hit. He's going to go cloak mode now. That's what Wraiths do. We're going to move Fat Nubi before his turn is over. Crash and Kelbonix can't do a lot for me right now. I've got Zinc available. If I move Chris Big Daddy. Chris Big Daddy's job is going to be to smoke these at the end of the turn, but I'm just going to move him one step forward to clear space in the Sky Ranger, and I'm going to run Zinc to this fence where he will have a low chance to hit this guy and a reasonable chance to hit this guy, and if he hits the car and the car explodes, that's not a bad thing. I'm going to crouch him to increase his accuracy, and I'm going to take a shot at the guy at the back. I'm going to take a burst fire at the guy in the back because there's a chance the spread could hit this guy. Okay, we did manage to suppress him. I can't remember. I didn't actually notice if this hit or not. Okay, I'm a little bit worried that we haven't cleared anything over here. So I'm just going to bring Ebby Remy out, look in this direction, and throw a flare just to reveal if there's anything out there. Okay, we've got a civilian with an AK and a homestead. We don't know if there's anything over here right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring her... If I bring her to here... That actually, here's the better location. I can look this way, and that clears most of this area. And if I crouch her, she'll attract any shots. I just maybe get her to face this way. So anything coming out of here will shoot at her. And she can hold this side of the Sky Ranger for me right now. Now, in the back here, I do have... Where are they? Daedra. If I run Daedra to here, I've got enough for a 3-round burst fire. Again, at the guy in the back. I'm going to take that. We're basically going to drop smoke on these guys if I fail to kill them. So I'm not worried about lining everybody up here. Okay. I don't care that we don't get the corpse. The car blew up. It took out the Wraith. It took out the Andron. Loving that, if I'm being completely honest. That's that threat taken care of. Okay, we've got crash tests still. We obviously don't know if this building is safe. We also can put our snipers up on top of this roof. So I want to try and take this side of the map. So I'm going to bring crash test over... I don't really want to cross. We're going to just bring crash test to here. And I'm going to bring Kelbonics to here. And they've got reaction fire. That just leaves me with Chris Big Daddy. Now, I don't know of any aliens that can see us right now. So I'm not sure how much I need to throw smoke. But just to be safe, to keep this flank clear, I'm going to drop a smoke grenade somewhere. Oh, he hasn't got line of sight. He hasn't got enough AP, is what he hasn't got enough of. We'll just drop a smoke grenade here. There's a chance it's going to hit teammates. We'll drop a smoke grenade there. It scattered to exactly where I wanted to scatter it to, which is great. Crouch you, crouch you. Let's see what the alien reaction is. We've got 3 kills in the first turn with a nice car explosion. I'm pretty happy about that. Also, I haven't spoken about it yet, but we'll look at the Dragonfly model in a second because it's actually really nice. Okay, that's friendly activity. That sounds like it. Yep, okay, there are drones on the map. That's really bad. We don't like drones. Alright, nothing came for us. Just before we move on, that's the model for the Dragonfly. I think it looks really, really nice. But you'll notice we don't have the same armor on the sides of it. There was like 2 little pods here on the Halal snack pack I could use to protect my rifleman to fire forward and backwards. Now we just have the landing gear. I mean, it's still kind of the same, but not quite as good. I want to just confirm that this area is clear. So we're just going to get AB Remy to do that for me. Alright. So the guy with the AK has been murdered by a robot, is what's happened over here. Let's get AB Remy into cover. So we need to do something about this robot. This robot, at long range, isn't too much of a problem. But if you haven't seen these guys before, they repair and they heal nearby allies who are injured. And they have a plasma machine gun, which is really nasty and will rip you to shreds. I don't think I have a shot on it with Fat Newbie, but I can bring Fat Newbie over here and crouch him, and you'll have an Overwatch shot on it. I need to reload Zinc. Zinc gun has 2 shots in it. I'm going to hold those. I think we're okay there. What I want to do is I want to clear this building so we can take it with our snipers. So I'm going to bring Juju Jaro to here. Oh, he's going to use up all of his... Oh, he got suppressed. Okay. We're just going to bring Juju Jaro over to this wall. Face this way, crouch, to act as a barrier to anyone I stack here. So if someone shows up here and shoots along this line, we've got a shield in the way. Next, I'm going to bring Kelbonics, and I want to clear this angle with Kelbonics. Actually, we're going to do that with a rifleman. I'm going to bring, we're going to use Daedra to clear this angle. So I'm going to bring Daedra along here, face this way, and then throw a flare. And yeah, I should have done this as a night mission, but it's all right. Okay, there's no sign of anybody here at the moment. The reason I want to check this is I want to get Kelbonics to peek in these windows, and then he can finish his turn behind this rock. So I'm going to bring Kelbonics to here. Okay, looks clear along this way. Look inside. Doesn't look like there's anybody. We'll step. Look inside. Looks clear. Finish your turn behind the rock looking this way, okay? So just to try and keep him as protected as possible, he is completely open on this angle, so we're going to have to try and get some people in position to help him, but I could put someone at the window here who'll get a shot through. So if I grab Shin, Shin can move to here, can see through that window for me. And now we've got shots through the window. I've got reaction fire. Even if I crash, I've got a reaction shot. It's not great, but I have a reaction shot through the window. Now I'm going to grab Crash Test. I'm going to bring Crash Test into the building. I'm just going to leave Crash Test here for the turn. That leaves me with Zinc. I'd love to set Zinc up in this window next turn. For now, I'm going to bring him to here. Again, we're just trying to cover our angles. It might be nice. This might be a little... No, I'm just going to try and throw a flare out here, just to give me more vision in this direction. Okay, we've got great vision. We have revealed an enemy. Oh, it's just this guy here. That's fine. All right, at the moment, I've only got Fat Newbie covering this guy, so I'm going to relocate. Do you have line of sight in this direction? Yeah, okay. We're going to get... It's not... You don't have great accuracy out here. I'm still going to get Cam just to swivel and face this way. The smoke should keep him safe from this direction. We still also have Chris Big Daddy available. Chris Big Daddy mostly is just going to be chucking smokes this game. So I'm going to bring him to here. I'm not going to reinforce this smoke. We're going to hold him. So I've got you to distract, you two on Overwatch. There's no cover here. Yeah, this is cover. This is like really no difference in what you're getting really from here. But we'll hold there. Everyone else is in a position. We're just going to take this building as soon as we can and put our machine gun and our sniper rifle on the roof. But we need to deal with this robot. It's at long range right now. Very tense music in this battlefield. Great shot from Fat Newbie. Terrifying return fire from the robot. Absolutely terrifying. Even at long range, it managed to get a hit. Didn't do too much damage, but that could have been much worse. Now it's somewhere in the building, and I need to get it out. Probably the best way to do that is if I bring... I need a shot from Daedra. If I move Chris Big Daddy here, and I put Fat Newbie here... Okay, and then I can put Daedra here. I don't have enough for a shot this turn. That's fine. Next turn we can take the shot. So I'm going to put Daedra in cover here. We're already aware this isn't great cover from this thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just plop a grenade. Basically, it has to come out of the smoke to engage us, which I'm quite happy with. Okay, and now we've got long-range cover on it. I'm also going to bring AB Remy up to here to give myself more vision on it. Don't mind my shields being shot at by these things. Because I don't really care about her reaction fire, I am going to throw a flare up here. Okay, and now on this side... I just want to clear the remainder of this building. So I'm just going to get Zinc Kalwonix to run to this window. Look inside. Okay, the building is clear as far as I can tell. There's no cover out here. I don't think there's an alien here. If there's any aliens, they're going to be over here. So what I want to do is I want to get some guns on the roof. But first, I think I'm going to put Zinc in this window. Sorry, this is Shin, not Zinc. This is his position for now. He could die very easily here. Let's get Crash Test up to move forward. There's no point in keeping Kelbonix here, so I want to get Kelbonix... We'll get Kelbonix on the roof behind this table. Actually, yeah, that's fine. Again, just... actually, I want you to look this way. Can you, Crash Test, throw a flare into the building for me? Because I can look over the wall now. Okay, giving me vision. We'll put Juju Jaro just in this window for the moment. He can't climb through the window, however. I need to remember that. Shin hasn't moved yet. I mixed Shin and Kelbonix up, damn it. We're going to put Shin on the roof with an actual rifle. Why can't you get there? That's a weird bug. I've never seen that before. Okay, I think he maybe had two routes that were identical. Okay, so they're on the roof. Who hasn't activated yet? Cam the Wizard hasn't activated yet. I want Cam to shoot at this thing if it comes out of the dust, but I might run him up to here so we can come around the corner at it next turn. He's just spotted it. It's behind that wall. As long as he is here, it can't shoot him. He doesn't have line of sight on it anymore. And then we've got Basically, I've got Fat Newbie covering it if it comes back out again. I probably don't have enough coverage, but the smoke should keep me safe. I'm trying very hard to avoid casualties here after our last mission. I want to train these privates up, not lose them. Okay, we got a civvy. I thought they were all dead, so there's one still alive, which tells me there's not any aliens in that building at the moment. There's an alien back up there, though. If you hit this, yeah, don't shoot. Oh, God. Okay, it's come out of the building. Right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use Daedra to... Oh, she can't hit it from here because of the angle. What's your chance to hit it from here, Fat Newbie? 67. Because there's a fence post in the way. And if I bring you to here, Cam, very low chance, right? Yeah. And you have a 19 with no grenades and no cover left. Just a very awkward thing to fight. If I put you here, Daedra, you have a 1% chance with a 10-round burst. And that will cause it to return fire at you. Probably my best bet here is to crouch Fat Newbie and take the shot. Okay, good. That's it dead. They also explode when they die. That's something else you need to be aware of. Now, you're suppressed. I don't think you can get to here. Okay, take cover here for me. Let's get Cam on the corner. Just watching. Okay, we've got another alien. There's a Wraith back there. We're not going to engage that Wraith just yet. I'm going to get Daedra in behind this fence here. Not great cover, but next turn she can do a 10-round burst and just take the building out. Even though I wanted to get my snipers on this roof, they're kind of being pulled in this direction. I'm going to leave Chris Big Daddy there for now. What I want to do is prepare to move into this building, but it's a very awkward area. There's no cover except for the wall. So I basically need to cover the ground to the wall in one turn. Kelbonics can do that, and so can Crash Test, but we also have Jujujaro. I'm going to move Jujaro up to this vehicle. And that's what I was wanting to check for, was are there any other aliens between us and the building? So I'm going to get you to crouch here. I'm going to get you to throw a flare here. Okay, we've got line of sight on this guy yet. Does Shin have a decent shot on him? 0% chance to hit. Okay. So I've got two people who can shoot at it. Kelbonics can't. So I'm going to bring... What I want to do is I want to get Crash Test and Kelbonics basically at these positions here. Okay, that went out without a hitch. And now you. And if this guy moves towards us, then my laser riflemen have range on him. What is their ammo like? You have 2 shots. You have 3 shots. I think I'm going to reload you. Just to be safe. And then you two can just watch these 2 angles for the moment. I don't want you doing anything over here. Who else hasn't moved? You're fine there. Yeah. I haven't done anything with Chris Big Daddy. Let's bring Chris Big Daddy up behind Cam. Just so he's not hanging out at the back of the map. We can also get on top of this. We could maybe put our sniper behind this cactus. But it's not... It's very exposed. So like I haven't cleared the side angles yet for this to be safe enough to climb up. Alright, let's see what the enemies do. That's fine. Shield Soldier's doing its job. There's another Wraith moving in, and that Wraith is shooting a car. I don't think he intended to shoot the car, but that is what he shot. Okay, what I want to do here, and I might not do it, is I want to get Daedra to fire a 10-round burst at this guy, because it will clear out all the cover between us and him. So if I just aim for here... Okay, it took out the front of the building, which is fine, because now I have firing solution. Like, I have a better chance of hitting this guy if he moves forward. But we don't have any great shots on him right now. I'm going to relocate Fat Newbie to here. How is Abby Remy's shield doing? It's at 96. That's fine. She's got decent cover. Cam's got shots out to this angle. So if he comes through the building, I've got shots on him. Chris Big Daddy can smoke this area to keep it safe. So I think that's everything I want to do over here. We do have a shot with Abby Remy. I don't think it's worth it. But what I could do is I could smoke the backside of the building that he's at, basically to force him into the building. I think that's a good idea. Maybe. Okay, he's getting smoke damage now. And then I could also smoke this area here to stop the other one from being able to do anything. And now they basically have to come into this area and this smoke's going to dissipate. So that's this team done. now for this team, we obviously have this guy, but I still don't think I have a shot on him. No chance to hit him there. And 1% chance to hit him there. I've got a feeling he was trying to shoot at Jujujaro. So I want to clear this building. So we're just going to check our corners very carefully. This is a concern, because I can't get around. I don't want to come around here just now. But if I bring Kelbonics to this corner, and then come around the corner, I'm just worried. I'm pretty sure there's nobody here. Okay, I'm almost definitely certain there's nobody here. Okay, so that's that done. Now we can bring Crash Test. So he's vulnerable to someone standing here. I'm going to put Crash Test here. And in fact, I know that this is safe. So I'm going to put Crash Test here. Oh, that's that other guy. He will not have a shot on her if she stands here, I don't believe. He would need to be standing there to get a shot on her. And we'll crouch her. And then I want to bring Jujujaro up to here. And face this way. Then we get Zinc and move him to here. Oh, we've also found the UFO, which is good. In this position here, Zinc can get hit by this guy, which I don't like. Because Zinc could die in one hit. He's currently out of cover, but if he runs forward, he's got cover behind this vehicle, and he can shoot at Zinc. So I think I'm just going to leave Zinc where he is, because he's got cover, he's got reaction fire. And I'm going to run Shin. I think Shin's too exposed there. To here. I'm still very worried about leaving Zinc here, but I need the line of sight. And that's really everybody I want to activate. Let's just see how this plays out. I think we've killed the only drone, by the way. I haven't heard any more drone noises. Oof. That was the civilian that was running around this building. As I thought, he had to come into the building. That was a miss. Destroyed the cover. Cam missed with 2 shots. Everyone's missing with everything. And he's forced to go that way because of the smoke, I'm hoping. And he took the bait on the shield, which is good. Okay, maybe there is another drone. That sounded like a weird noise. Alright, so we've got... we know there's a guy here who's got coverage over this. We've got this guy here, and we also have this guy here in the corner. Now, he thinks he's safe. What he doesn't realize is I have an orcish weapon. Oh, I just need to hold down control. Nope, can I not? Why is it saying that you can't? There we go. Now you can. Now he's got no cover and he's suppressed. Took a hit. Missed. And then our sniper. And we don't have a kill, unfortunately, at this point in time. He's taken a lot of damage. I do have a pistol shot that's not going to hit. So I think he is suppressed. I'm just going to smoke him. We'll just launch a smoke grenade at him. So he's been hit twice. He's suppressed. He's smoked. He's not going anywhere. You're stuck there. You need to reload next turn, Fat Newbie. You also need to reload Daedra. 7 shots left. Yeah. I mean, you've got 2 burst fires, but you don't have a full. You've got 2 3-round burst fires, but not 1 10-round burst fire. So he should be under control. Now over here, I've got 2 guys that I'm a little bit concerned about. I think I need to clear this side of the building. So if I bring Shin to here and look this way, I now have a little bit of control over here. And I'm going to get Kelbonics. Oh, we have to be very careful. Because if this guy comes in here, I want to be able to reaction fire him. And Kelbonics is in the best position to do that. Probably the best position for Kelbonics is actually here. Crouched. So if he comes in on this angle, I've got a shot on him as he crosses this threshold. I could also relocate Crash Test to here to get this angle, but doing that exposes her to this guard. So what I actually want to do is I want to move Jujujaro out of his line of sight to here. And then I want to throw a smoke grenade. Oh, crap. Yeah, smoke grenade here is actually perfect. That means that he can't shoot us from there. He's a little bit locked down. Now, I'm also going to throw a flare over here. And then I'm going to... That didn't quite land where I wanted to. I can't quite turn Jujujaro all the way around, which could be an issue. So, the smoke should protect Crash Test. I'm going to move Crash Test to here. And basically Crash Test is watching this angle if someone decides to come around this angle. That still leaves Zinc, who is massively out of position now. I want to run Zinc forward just to here, where they can basically cover the road for me. And that's everybody acted. This is our biggest threat at the moment, but also the guy in the Fog of War here that I can't see is a huge threat as well. Wraiths, or you have to be really careful with Wraiths. They're very accurate, and the plasma weapons, if you just let them shoot at you, you're in big trouble. Like that. That was a bad... Yeah, okay, that was a terrible reaction fire. He's bleeding out in the smoke. He's a pretty good chance to capture him if we just flash and smoke him again. In case I haven't got one. So who has a flashbang? Cam has a flashbang. So I'm just going to flash him. And then I'm going to reload the smoke rounds in the grenade launcher. And then you've got a smoke grenade. No, you don't. You have a smoke grenade. So let's just re-smoke him. Okay, we'll just keep him under control here. Fat Newbie, I want to run all the way over to the other side of the map because I want to start getting in position to cover the UFO. I have to remember to reload Fat Newbie as well. I think Fat Newbie can finish their turn here. That's fine. I'm also going to start moving Daedra as well. So we just run Daedra this way. If he shoots Daedra in the back from over here, I'm going to be very sad. I'm also going to start moving Chris Big Daddy this way as well. Okay, for the team over here, oof, that was overwhelming. Zinc has a shot on this guy at 45% chance. I will take it. Okay, that was a hit. He's going to go stealth mode now. I'm going to fire a burst at him just because I think... Oh, it's 0% chance to hit. I think we just smoke grenade him, but you can't do it, Zinc, so just take the shot. Yeah, I didn't expect that to hit. We will get you to flash. And then we'll get you to step... can I get you back into cover here? Yeah. I'll get you to make it yourself next turn. Get you to step to here and smoke. Doesn't matter if it scatters a little bit. Okay, just keeping him under control. And then I just want to keep holding this angle with Shin and this angle with Kelbonix. There's a good chance this guy's run back into the Sky Ranger, but I can't... Sorry, the UFO. I can't confirm that right now, so I just want to control the angles he can assault us from while we deal with this guy that we can actually see. Yeah, I know Kelbonix hasn't moved. Kelbonix is holding the line for me. Just going to be so careful with your exposure and just making sure that you're not taking too many risks. Okay, that was a quiet turn. This guy is still up. I am out of flashbangs. And my team are moving out of position. I have one more smoke grenade, but I cannot flash him. I was kind of expecting him to... He seems to have stopped bleeding. If I bring AB Remy to here, there's a 52% chance to hit him. I'm going to take that shot. Happy enough with that Overwatch. That was what's it called? Not an assassination. Yeah, a bullet to the head, point blank range. It was nasty, very nasty. Abby Remy, you are on a government watch list now. Let's put. Do I want to put Cam up here? Maybe not yet. We have to deal with this guy now. So obviously I haven't got shots on him because of the smoke. I'm going to take some. I'm just going to take some shots with Zinc because there's not much else for Zinc to do right now. And Zinc could just do that. Zinc's got one shot left in their gun. I'm going to reload it. That was huge. Let's get Cam up in position behind this cactus where he can cover our approach to the UFO. And maybe give me line of sight on the... Okay. Okay. So there's two Wraiths currently hanging outside the UFO. That's really bad for me. They're going to overwhelm me if they rush me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to launch a smoke grenade over the wall just to remove their ability to shoot at us and potentially force them out of these squares. Okay, I'm also going to move... I could put Kelbonix here, but actually I think that reduces his angles. Where he is right now, I've got an angle along here. It's actually the same. I'm just going to leave him where he is. We're going to leave Shin where he is. We're going to just bring the rest of the team over. So I want... I'm pretty sure if I put Fat Newbie up here, he hasn't got shots on these guys. Apparently... Nah, he hasn't got shots on them from that roof. So there's no point putting Fat Newbie up there. A better position for Fat Newbie would be on this to get the orthogonal thing. So I'm just going to bring him to here, where next turn he can climb up. I'm going to bring Chris Big Daddy up to the edge of this wall. I'm going to bring Daedra up to the edge of this wall. Ebi Remy is clearing this area. Who else hasn't moved yet? Kelbonix hasn't moved, that's fine. Shin hasn't moved, that's fine. Juju Jaro, I'm going to get ready to bring you around to this corner next turn with Crash Test. You two are going to stack here, but Crash just threw a smoke grenade, so I'm going to leave that for now. What I am going to do, I think, is I want to get Crash Test. I'm tempted to put Crash Test here, but that only gives them line of sight here. I think I'm just going to leave them where they are for the moment. The only person who hasn't acted then is Kelbonix. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move Cam the Wizard off this roof because he's a target to these guys down here. Awkward approach to the UFO. I can't really set up a big firing line in front of it. Unless I do some redecorating with a laser machine. Okay. Oof, Zinc is double bleeding out. So Zinc needs to be healed. You're going to take 10 damage at the end of turn. He took a plasma rifle to the face. So let's get Zinc into cover. Here is fine. And then I want to bring Crash Test back to administer first aid. Okay. No longer bleeding out. That's step one. Now, we've got a shot on this guy here. If I move Cam out of the way, and I get Fat Newbie to stand here... Oh, Fat Newbie's got no ammo in his gun. Damn. Let's reload Fat Newbie's gun for next turn. If I get Cam to step to here, I have a 63% chance to hit this guy and 14 TU left, which I think is enough to jump down. If it isn't, I can throw a smoke grenade. Okay, that's a hit. Now get down. Perfect. No longer exposed to enemy fire. What I think I'm going to do is move Crispy Daddy to here. Then I can get Daedra here. And I can fire a 7-round... Oh, I don't have the angle for it. I was hoping I could fire a 7-round burst at this guy from this corner. But it needs to be along this angle. Although I can still do that and just take out this cover. Which isn't the worst because it opens me up for more shots. But maybe once Daedra has reloaded her gun. So for now, we're just going to reload the battery. That's a cool noise. Okay, Zinc is a little bit injured. Zinc next turn could sit up here and shoot along this angle. So I'm just going to put Zinc here for the moment for next turn. Crash could just stay here, I think. Juju Jaro is okay here because you don't have your cover. We're still going to leave Kelbonix here to cover this angle. We're still just needing to clear this. I've still got Shin here in case they come around this corner. We need to just get AB Remy to clear this out for me. So let's get her to this doorway. And I'm just going to throw a flare out here. And okay, the chances of there being something behind this rock are incredibly slim. Let's just put her in cover behind this table and chairs, looking this way. And we just need to bring her around through this building and we should be good to go. You haven't moved. You haven't moved. You haven't moved. Everyone else has moved. I'm going to just take one step with Cam so that we're open for a sniper shot next turn. And we just need to make it through, I think, one more turn of just being very stealthy and careful, and we can start assaulting the UFO. That's unfortunate. Nice, Juju Jaro. Tanked that like a pro. So that's one of our shields gone. Okay. Let's put our sniper up on the roof to see what they can see. No sign of anything over here right now. I'm going to put Zinc here, looking this way. No sign of anything here. This area here is a mystery right now. Juju Jaro, I don't think we've got anything to worry about. I want to run him back to go and pick up a shotgun. Okay, in cover. Daedra, what I'm thinking is I put Daedra in cover here, and we fire with the machine gun to clear all of this cover out, giving me a firing position for my rifles and my sniper rifle. That's what I'm thinking we're going to do with Daedra. So right now I'm just going to run her to here for next turn. Crash Test I'm going to bring back up to here. I'm a little bit worried there might be an alien in here, because I don't know what happened to the other one that was standing outside the UFO. AB Remy didn't get shot in the back last turn, so I'm going to decide that there is nothing in here. Let's bring her to... She can't cross this fence, so let's bring her to here. And then we're going to throw a flare here to clear this building next turn. Okay, and that's her turn for the moment. I think what I'm going to do with Fat Newbie is if I can put them here, they've got cover. and they can look this way. They cannot crouch because they went out for accelerated shot, but they should be fine. And then I'm going to bring Cam the Wizard up and put them here. And they can crouch, and they've got reaction fire on this too. Chris Big Daddy probably just needs to come over to here. Okay, we're getting ready to set up for the assault. I know we're being very careful with this mission. We're just playing it safe because we don't want to lose anybody else. We still have to deal with a Menark and possibly a drone. Sounds like there's a drone or just a Menark inside the UFO. Okay, still no sign of the dude that was wandering around out here. First things first, let's get you back to here. I want you to pick up the laser, accelerated shotgun, which is the one that's here. Excellent. No, into your hands. And then grab the ammo for it as well. Okay, you pick up the other one next turn. That's fine. AB Remy, can you just look through this window for me? Someone did kill a civilian over here. All right, come to this corner. Yeah, as I thought. This looks pretty clear. We'll just clear the last of it next turn. You can see the observer is different. It does have a second level, so we're going to have to clear 2 levels in this UFO. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring Daedra to here. I'm going to crouch her. Unfortunately, she hasn't got enough TU this turn to fire the gun, but we'll do that next turn. In preparation for that, I think I'm going to bring Crash to here. I want to clear this with Kelbonics, just to make sure it's safe. So I'm going to bring Kelbonics around to here. Okay, that was clear. So I can put Kelbonics here. I'll have to move him next turn, but he's got cover right now. Not watching this window, though. Someone could jump in behind him. It means I can also bring Shin to here. And cover that way. We're not going to crouch because we've still got the reaction fire. And I'm going to bring Zeke forward to here. Okay, who still needs to act? They've all moved. AB's moved. I think everyone is good to go. I haven't activated these two because they're on Overwatch. I haven't done anything with Chris Big Daddy right now. Because I don't need to do anything with him right now. Let's just end the turn. There's still one alien unaccounted for. He must have gone back inside the UFO. Okay. It may be a little bit early to do this, but I'm going to move Kelbonics over to here. And we're just going to fire a 10-round burst with Daedra in this direction here. Okay, unfortunately, this little robot thing blocked all of her shots. So I may not be able to destroy this. We'll try again next turn. In the meantime, I want to just keep moving people into position. I could move Fat Newbie to sit here and get line of sight straight into the UFO, which I think is worth doing, but I'm going to hold him up here for another turn. I'm going to bring Crash Test around this corner. Okay, that alien must have gone back into the UFO. Let's just put her in cover here, facing this way. Actually, no, she needs to be here. In case anyone comes out. Now, this is actually really scary cover. I'm actually not going to put her in cover here. Let's just run her around the back of the UFO a little bit. Putting her in cover here is just a recipe for that to explode in her face. And we do still have AB Remy to join her as her shield. Okay, and then I'm going to move... We're going to get Shin to here, where he can watch the UFO. I'm going to bring our other shotgun to here. And he can just watch this direction for now. You guys aren't ready yet. You don't have anything yet. You guys are overwatching, and you are grabbing the last round of ammo, which you probably won't need, but we'll grab it anyway. And then I'm just going to need to run you back to the action where you can help with the breach after already doing quite a lot, Jujujaro. I'm not going to leave you... No, I'm not going to leave you in the open. Okay. That's a teleporter. That's what that noise is. There's a teleporter inside the UFO moving something between levels. Okay, 3-round burst on this. I can only fire 1 3-round burst, unfortunately, so I'm actually just going to take a 10-round burst here. Okay, that's opened up a line of fire, a line of sight. So what I'm going to do is Zinc is going to move to here to face the door. I'm going to move Daedra to here because she can just fire through this cover. And then we're going to put Fat Newbie here with the line of sight into the UFO. It's going to take him a little bit of time to get there, though. We just have to take this really carefully. I know I'm being very cautious. We've got another shotgun I want to bring up to over here. Do not want to put them in cover behind that ute, though. I'm going to leave Cam in cover here for the moment. He does have line of sight at the door of the UFO, so he can help. We've got line of sight. We've got several people watching the door of the UFO now. You're moving into position. Chris Big Daddy, for now, I probably just want you in cover here so you can launch smoke grenades over the top of everybody when I need you to. Let's just get you guys set up correctly. You're covering here. All right, we're just taking a couple of turns to position everybody, and then we're ready to breach. There's a non-zero chance a dude will come out, but it sounds like they're just teleporting backwards and forwards. I always mess up the teleporters in this game, by the way, so there's a good chance we're going to lose somebody going through the teleporter. I find them very unintuitive, and everyone laughs at me because they find them very easy to use. Let's get Fat Newbie into position. We'll crouch him. Everybody else is pretty much ready to go, so I'm going to move our shield to here. We're going to put a shotgun here. We're going to get another shotgun here. And we're going to get another shotgun here. Oh, no. Cancel. Okay, you're going to have to move here now. I didn't mean to do that. I'm going to turn off reaction fire on this shotgun so that we're not shooting across into everybody. And I'm going to get you to face this way so you can only shoot in this direction. And you need to crouch and face this way. Next turn, we're going to start shooting. I don't want Cam the Wizard here for this. Cam's going to come in with the team. So I'm just going to get him to run in this direction. And then next turn, we're basically going to open the door. So let's end the turn. That's okay. There's definitely, I think there's maybe a Wraith and a Menark left by the sounds of things. Right, we're going to open this door. We have to be standing in front of the door to open it. Okay. The UFO appears to have an upper crew level. If your troops cannot locate a ladder, I suggest you check the floors for teleportation devices. Thanks for that. I'm glad you knew that game-breaking material. We're just going to turn to make sure we don't get shot. I'm then going to fire with Fat Newbie at this guy. Okay, Fat Newbie just took massive damage. That was a really long-range shot. Alien Society advanced by the use of stairs. They instead use teleporters between vertical levels. To use a teleporter, simply move your unit onto the teleporter. Note, the teleporter will not trigger if you walk across it, only if you end your move on it. That's what always catches me out. All right, I did not like that Fat Newbie just started bleeding. We're going to have to heal him, and I don't have any assaults back in position to do that. How much life does he have? Okay, he's got a couple of turns. Let's kill this guy. So I'm going to bring Juju Jaro into here and then shoot this guy at point blank range. Okay, he's down. Let's get our other shotgun to here. And they can just watch. So there's a door here with a teleporter. And a door here with a teleporter and the main door. We'll just crouch both of these guys. We're going to turn off reaction fire for Daedra and for Fat Newbie, so we're not shooting over these guys. I'm going to put a shield here, crouching, facing this way, and then I'm going to get Crash Test to run back to here in order to stop the bleeding on Fat Newbie, and then Crash Test can run back this way. Then I'm going to bring Cam behind our crouched people. And we're going to bring Zinc behind our crouched people. No, oh god, what am I doing? This is terrible. We'll just put Zinc here. Too many misclicks. So just slow down and just calm down. This is fine. Nothing to do for Crash Test right now. I don't have a job for Chris Big Daddy, but I will bring him up in case I want to smoke the crap out of this thing. These two guns are not good for inside, so we're just going to hold here for the turn. See if anything comes for us. There's the Menark. Thank God it shot the shield. Second shot? Okay, no second shot. Okay, the Menark, I'm hoping, is the last enemy alive, and we have shotguns in the room with it. We just have to get to it. So I'm going to move AB Remy in. This is a very tight room. I'm going to move AB Remy to behind it. I'm really scared to move behind it. I can get 2 shotguns in here if I move AB Remy to here. And we'll just shoot it at point blank range. I don't have a second shot. Then I'm going to move Shin, who doesn't have a shotgun. I'm going to move Juju Jaro to here, who'll have shots on it. And it's dead. Is that mission complete? No. That means there's still an alien alive in the ship. So I'm just going to get AB Remy to cover Jujujaro and everyone else to watch these doors. I'm going to get Crash Test to come in and help cover. And we're just going to see if anything else comes through the drop shaft. Jujujaro should be fine. The only thing they can shoot is AB Remy. If they open any of these doors, everyone else is on reaction fire. We need to clear the bottom floor before we clear the top floor. Obviously. Okay, there's an Andron. Okay, we killed the Andron with reaction fire. That's unbelievable. Wow. Oh, phew. I thought that was going to murder everybody. Or what can I say, but great work, team. That was fantastic. Jujujaro got 3 kills on that mission. There were 15 enemies. We took no casualties. Juju's out for 2 days. Crash is out for 7 days. Zink's out for 14 days. We got some new stuff, some servitors and alien plasma grenades. That's pretty cool. Let's get the team back, and then I'm going to just get whatever research we get from that. So we can now research alien electronics, and we have this servitor autopsy available to us. A servitor is a robotic drone almost a meter wide and roughly 50 kilos in weight, equipped with 5 vectored thrust nozzles that attach to the central body via metal arms. It is capable of floating around the battlefield with surprising speed. Atop the body sits a spherical head that contains a suite of electronic components. This includes the servitor's central processing unit, as well as a powerful optical sensor package that allows the drone to interpret its surroundings with remarkable fidelity. The frontal eye is actually an unusual plasma weapon that fires long bursts of curiously compact plasma projectiles. Although these lack penetration and inflict relatively minor damage, a full burst can easily kill a poorly protected soldier. Yes, they can. Close analysis suggests this weapon may actually be little more than an advanced welding tool. Indeed, given their mediocre combat performance, it is plausible the servitors are simply maintenance drones pressed into military service. However, reports suggest servitors are also capable of administering medical assistance to nearby alien units, spraying injuries with a healing stream of painkillers, stem cells, and coagulants. Unsurprisingly, your soldiers therefore consider them high-priority targets on the battlefield. Final note, the alanium reactor of the servitor tends to explode spectacularly once sufficiently damaged, and while being showered with shrapnel is clearly hazardous for your troops, remember that it is equally dangerous for nearby aliens. We also have the Observer report. It actually fires hunter-killer drones. That's what those things are. The Observer is an alien craft that appears to be primarily designed for research and reconnaissance, although it has similar dimensions to the Destroyer. It is significantly faster and can carry a larger crew. The hull is split into 2 sections. A lower half contains interior and houses key flight systems, the twin reactors that power the ship, the thrust arrays, and the various control consoles, plus the hyperdrive. Atop this is a small saucer section that contains an extensive range of sensors. These electronics are substantially more advanced than anything previously encountered, which makes it difficult to discern their exact purpose. However, it seems safe to assume that this craft is collecting vast quantities of data while airborne. In combat, the Observer poses an interesting challenge. It is fitted with almost no armor, but it is fast enough that our X-25 Angels may struggle to effectively close with it, potentially allowing weapon systems in the saucer section enough time to carve the attacking aircraft apart. We can now do servitor records analysis, and the team are back on board. So, I'm going to end this video here. I'll get you another Xenonauts 2 this weekend. I'll obviously still be doing Menace as well. Thank you so much for your patience. We're still in this game, but we need to get things moving very quickly. We need to get another Interceptor up and running. We need to get more radars up and running. There's also a whole ton of things I want to get. I want another Angel. I want to get the Laser Lance. I also really want to get the X-55 Phantoms built, but we need money for all of that. We also need more armor, which is something else. We need to get all of this stuff built too. The only thing that's kind of going our way is the Panic game seems to be mostly under control for now. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. Ciao for now. See ya. Bye.